Hello and welcome to My Security TV and our Tech and Sec Weekly. My name's Chris Cubbage. I'm the Executive Editor with My Security Media. We're the official media partners to the Australian Cyber Week 2022 with AustCyber and the Stone and Chalk Group. There are events across the country, Melbourne, Sydney, Adelaide and in Perth. We've done a series of interviews with the special guests and special partners throughout the week. Each has a unique call to action. So without further ado, here's our special guest. Linda Cavanagh, thank you very much for joining us. You're the Chief Operating Officer with Cybermerc as part of the Australian Cyber Week 2022. Welcome to My Security TV and our Tech and Sec Weekly.
Thank you, very much appreciated, Chris.
Your involvement with, well, you've had a bit of involvement in the past with AustCyber as well, but maybe a bit of a background to Cybermerc and how you're working with AustCyber and the Australian Cyber Week for 2022.
Yes, yeah, no problems at all. Cybermerc are the experts in cyber threat intelligence and have had a really close relationship with AustCyber. I'm also the founder of the National Missing Persons Hackathon, first delivered through AustCyber's Cyber Week in 2019. And have been, Stone and Chalk Group have been absolutely generous in providing us time this week this time round for Cyber Week to discuss all things National Missing Persons Hackathon.
And how's that going to work? Because the Cyber Week involves all the different cities. Are you holding it in one city or are you holding it completely virtual? What's the program?
No, thankfully we're doing it hybrid. I'm really looking forward to the event to actually be able to do in-person events now with people. So during Cyber Week, we have Friday, our community day, that's been allocated to the National Missing Persons Hackathon. So we will have an in-person event in Canberra at Rydges, but we'll also have online for those that aren't in the area.
And what's it involved? Obviously, the hackathon is about finding missing persons. How do you go about that? How did you sort of come around to? And has the program changed since 2019 as it developed and evolved?
Yes, well, for the last couple of years, we've been on a little bit of a hiatus, working through a lot of the background in regards to governance, but also in developing the next phase to the Missing Persons Hackathon. So for Cyber Week, it's about reintroducing the National Missing Persons Hackathon. We actually have a fabulous panel event occurring in Canberra with some OSINT professionals and with the Australian Federal Police, who are key partners to being able to deliver the Missing Persons Hackathon. So we're going to talk all about open source intelligence, the advantages, the downfalls of open source intelligence, but how it also helps with missing persons, searching for missing persons as well. With that as well, I'll be making a couple of announceables as to where the Missing Persons Hackathon will be heading next for 2023.
Great. Well, you're not going to hear it here first. We are the official media partners, but let us know, Linda, offline if you can, and then we'll obviously support you in that. But I had thought that the hackathon was done. Did you not do it last year? Because I'm fully aware of the brand and what it involves. So maybe I'm just thinking back to 2020 otherwise.
Yeah, so 2019 was the first year where it was completely in person. We had 10 locations around the country and 350 people attend. The second year, obviously with the changes in the environment, it was completely done online, and we had over 700 people participate online. So unfortunately, we had a little bit of a break, and thank you to all the patient participants out there, but there are rumours flying around that it is coming back. I think it is coming back, but bigger and better. And we will be looking for venues. We'll be looking for people to help host this around the country. We want to go back to the original format, but we'll also be looking for support in regards to a few of the announceables made on the Friday event.
I think that's one of the key things with missing persons as a subject matter, but you know, it is a localized search, and it's one of those things that often, given our federation model, does break down. So you've got to do it nationally in order to get that right footprint, I suppose. Otherwise, you can be wasting a lot of time and effort. And I think it's still something that even the police agencies recognise, right? And they even get some of this So the off-scent approach and new ideas and new thinking is something really important to them.
Yeah, exactly right. And this is why this has been so successful, in the sense that we're delivering this with the Australian Federal Police's National Missing Persons Coordination Centre. Last year alone, 53,000 people were reported missing, and ongoing, there's always around 2,500 long-term cases. And working through the coordination centre, we're able to touch through every single policing jurisdiction to bring those cases to the fore during the event, those that need an additional look at in regards to the digital footprint through a crowdsourced event, but also those where police think that there's got to be more, there is a little bit more. And utilising the vehicle of the hackathon really helps bring the community together, but it's also a community good where we are supporting law enforcement efforts. The hackathon itself is still unique in the sense of bringing a whole country together. No one else globally has done that. We've done that for 2 years. We're going to do it again, and in a more bigger, better, and can I dare say, a real-time fashion. So that's a little bit of a drop in regards to where we're going to be heading.
Well, you mentioned international there too. It is something, it's an international related issue. So I potentially think that could be the roadmap into the future, where you do bring other jurisdictions into train. As a former homicide and missing person investigator, it's very, very important work that you're doing. And again, bringing police agencies together and that public-private partnership, I think, is absolutely critical. And I think it's also quite timely that you're as part of the Australian Cyber Week for 2022. And I meant that partnership with AustCyber and Stone and Chalk Group is obviously very important. So Linda Cavanagh, what would be your key takeaway? We'll have the website, it's AustCyber.com, in terms of Cyber Week, the hashtags AUCyberWeek2022. Any particular call to action, or where you would suggest people go find more information?
Well, two key things. One, attend Cyber Week. Come to the Friday event. If you're local to Canberra, please, we would love to come and see you in person. If not, jump online. You've got the registration coming through AUCyberWeek website. Second of all, if you're unfortunately unable to attend, keep an eye out on the National Missing Persons Hackathon LinkedIn and Twitter accounts. We will be doing a call to action in regards to how you can participate, how you can support, and what the big picture is coming up around the corner.
Great. Well, that's the 14th to the 18th of November. We'll be along for the ride. And Linda Cavanagh, Chief Operating Officer with Cybermerc, thank you very much for joining us on our Tech and Sec Weekly.
Thank you very much, Chris. Appreciate it.